Summary of Shakuntala by Kalidasa. A king in northern India named Dusyanta is speeding along in his chariot, getting ready to shoot a deer. Suddenly, a monk who lives in the bush tells him not to shoot because the deer belongs to Kamva, a great sage who lives in a nearby monastery. The monk asks King Dusyanta to visit the retreat, which is being watched over by the king. He says that Kamva isn't home but that Shakuntala, the sage's daughter, is having friends over. The king walks into the monastery and sees Shakuntala and her two friends, Anasuya and Priyamvada, watering the holy trees. He hides in the dark to watch them, and Shakuntala's beauty draws him right away. Shakuntala is annoyed when Dusyanta shows up, but she is quickly drawing to him too. The king asks Shakuntala's friends about her and gives her his signet ring, even though Shakuntala is humble and shy. Before the king has to think of a reason to stay close to the monastery, he is asked to keep evil spirits away from the ascetics while Kamva is away. He quickly gets rid of the monsters and then hears Shakuntala, who is very much in love with him, telling her friends how she feels. He comes out from hiding and tells her he loves her when Shakuntala reads a love poem she wrote for him. The statements they made to each other amount to a secret marriage. Not long after, Shakuntala gets pregnant. When Dusyanta has to go back to his capital, Shakuntala is so busy that she offends Durvasas, a sage with a short fuse, when he comes to visit the monastery. As Durvasas puts a curse on her, Dusyanta will forget about Shakuntala. But when Priyamvada steps in, he says that the curse will be lifted when the signet ring is seen. When Kamva comes back, he is happy for Shakuntala's good luck and sends her to meet her husband, with seers following her. When Dusyanta hears in the capital that a group from Kamva's retreat is on their way, he is shocked and uncomfortable. To Shakuntala's distress, the confused and protective king says he has nothing to do with her. As a warning, she tries to show him the signet ring but finds that it's not on her finger. Dusyanta gives in and agrees to house Shakuntala until she gives birth, but nymphs take her to the celestial realm before he can do it. When a poor fisherman finds the king's signet ring in the belly of a fish, he is faced with death but is let go with the prize after the king seeing the ring and remembering everything. Soon after, a nymph named Sanumati, who is friends with Shakuntala's mother, sneaks into the house to find out why the spring event shouldn't happen. She finds out that the king has banned the party because he is too sad and sorry about Shakuntala. Dusyanta keeps thinking about what's going on until Matli, who pulls the chariot of the god Indra, shows up at the palace and takes him away on a mission to fight demons right away. It's been 6 years. The devils were defeated by King Dusyanta, and Indra gave him the proper honors. As Matli and the king fly around the world in a carriage, they stop at Marika's retreat, which is a place where gods live in the sky. Here, the king is shocked to see a little boy who looks a lot like him. He is sure that the boy, Sarvadamna, is his child and the man who will rule the world when he picks up the boy's protected charm, which only the boy and his parents can touch. After that, Shakuntala comes in, and although it takes her a few minutes to identify the king, they are quickly reunited with tears in their eyes. They talk to the wise Marika, who tells them about Durvasa's curse and tells them not to blame themselves or each other. Marika confirms Sarvadamna's fate and sends him and his family back home to live in Dusyanta's court.
About the author. Many people believe that Kalidasa was the finest poet and playwright who ever wrote in the classical Sanskrit language, which was the language of religion and high culture in ancient and medieval India. However, very little is known about Kalidasa. It's possible that the Gupta Empire, which controlled most of the Indian subcontinent at the time, paid for his writing. He was probably a Brahmin, which means a priest, and the blessings in the beginnings of his plays make it sound like he was a big fan of Shiva and his wife Kali. Kalidasa means servant of Kali. Many people think that the recognition of Shakuntala is his best work, and it has been adapted into many languages. He also wrote 2 other plays, Malavika and Agnimitra, and an epic poem called Urvasi won by valor. Kalidasa's works are mainly based on old Hindu texts, like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. These are two very long Sanskrit epics that are full of stories and Hindu teachings.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.